Pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order.
Move to approve the agenda.
Are there any changes or additions anybody's aware of? A second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Chair votes aye.
Move to approve the minutes from March 3rd.
I'll second. Shelley, I emailed, I don't know if you got the email this morning. I didn't actually attend a meeting. I just was providing an update from Scott and Patrick's meeting. Scott Patrick from Myron. So the only thing I would suggest is just provided an update rather than attended a meeting. So Swinski provided an update for county maintenance.
Okay, we'll tweak that before we email.
If you're okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Move to approve the claims and authorize the auditor to issue checks.
Second your motion. Shelley and I had a discussion on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday about one of the claims. I had a question on Veterans Affairs. It's actually just a booking, and I guess standard practice is we don't typically pay those until there's actually a bill incurred. It was for a reservation for
At the conference.
at the conference. So I wondering if I haven't had a chance to talk to Daniel yet yesterday or today. I'm wondering if we should go back and see.
But that's not always the case because we pay ISAC in advance for every conference that we go to.
That's a conference registration fee. This is something that hasn't, it's like for a hotel, you don't always know what that invoice is.
Just putting a reservation on, it was just basically attaching a card to it. It isn't actually an expense occurred.
I'm guessing Daniel did that because he didn't want to be late on submitting his claim for actual expenses, how things go. But
Well, I think it was to free up card for other, for like airfare or whatever he's going to incur for the process. So I'm wondering if we should hold that one, have a discussion on it, bring it back for next week.
I'm fine with pulling that one. I think it makes sense.
Okay, with that change, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Those are approved. Any public comment? Hey, Paul, do you want to step up here? We're going to have a quick discussion on the trees in a minute. There wasn't any personnel changes this week, so let's get through that. Cassandra sent out the updated costs on the trees for the courthouse project. Trying to find where my copy is. There it is. We'd moved this around. There were some additions. There were a few trees. Paul had notified me a couple weeks ago that we had some deer damage on over the winter that weren't going to be a good option. So Paul has sourced some additional trees, put this together. What we had looked at was the initial cost. That we've added some small stuff here, like over by the parking lot. We were looking at about $2,400 cost. I had reached out to the electeds, and we had agreed to kind of do that as a elected project where we would split that up 8 ways for $300. Paul, you've done some fundraising already towards this project. You've had some donations come in.
Correct.
Across the area, and are there any costs that aren't covered on this right now? Any other obligations you'd like to see, or how do you want to handle that?
There are not. So if I'm understanding correctly, that you had donations up to about that 2,400.
2,400, correct.
And then we had on a Science Club tree sale, we had a line down here, it's just monetary donations to donate towards the cost of the project, and we got about 500 in that. And then Trees Forever has a budget that they like to have, sweat in the game too, and so they're prepared to cover the balance. I think it's like it's 1,125.41. That includes upsizing a few, and sourcing was a little bit more expensive. The Japanese tree lilac, upsizing that so you don't have just a little tree to start, a more substantial tree. This is what Trees Forever likes to do. They like to partner with people. They like to come in and share the cost. We have a budget for that. It does no good in a bank account. It's meant to help pay for trees. And there's no problem covering the rest. We also have some tree bags that aren't figured into this that will supply out around the trees as well.
Paul, you've done a great job with this, and for your input also. I had an elected reach out to me and wondered if maybe we should think about opening it up to the public. I like that idea. If not the public, then maybe at least all of our other county employees, maybe all county employees should be asked if they want to contribute. I know time is a bit of essence here, but as long as you know what they're being paid for, I don't think it's going to hold up the project in any way, right?
Correct.
Paul's concern was just to get trees on order so we could
Right.
meet the deadline. So, I mean, we could continue to fundraise towards the project.
Right.
And that would just go back into your fund balance, you know. towards
But
it.
I like the idea of maybe putting a blurb in the paper. What if somebody would want to sponsor an entire tree, or, that comes with the concern of, okay, then are they gonna want a plaque on it? And then historically, do you have to worry about it when you go to demolish it? So you'd have to have a policy in place, Mr. County Attorney, to secure the, what you do with it in the future. So we have some more discussions probably to have here, but I think the moving forward is well in place.
And that's just, I needed a consensus so that he could go ahead with trees and everything. Now, Paul and I had a conversation about like sponsoring individual trees and his experience, like ball diamonds and some other areas where it's best to donate to the project, because then you do get those hurt feelings if a tree doesn't make it through, that transplant and everything, where it's better to look at it as a project rather than an individual tree. I don't know if you want to expand on that or.
Sure, we did 4 phases out Cedar River Park, so the ball fields south of town there. We did 4 phases, we got 89 trees in the ground, and there's not one tree out there that is tied to any one person, so to say. A lot of donations, and I guess the philosophy I always use is everybody donates a branch to each tree rather than donating a particular tree. Just because experience is working in Arlington Cemetery and working in the public areas, we do our best to take care of the things the best we can. When somebody's tied to a certain tree, sometimes there's issues with that. Or you get, when the ash borer came around, it really hurt up at the cemetery because numerous memorial trees then, who replaces them? How does all that work? So being part of the project, that's how we did Northridge, that's how we did Prairie. Has been great so
I
far.
like that. That makes a lot of sense. But that, wouldn't keep us from putting a blurb in the paper and
No,
ask for people
no.
to consider supporting the project. Or at the very least, send something out with payroll, asking all of our employees to contribute. I mean, we ought to all be proud enough to be willing to contribute some.
Yeah, that side of it, I'll work with Shelley. We'll get that taken care of and
Okay.
expedited.
If I could add one more thing, if there was something where people felt strongly about remembering it, I know it's America 250, it's a big year. There's a chance in your landscape somewhere for a plaque talking about maybe all the renovation projects, and then there's a blip on there of replanting trees and people that were involved. So rather than a particular things, you can kind of capture it all on a sign or something.
That's a good idea,
Yeah,
Paul.
almost like a donor board or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great idea, Paul.
We could do that maybe in that front entry, the new front entryway or something, commemorate them. Okay.
'Cause I suspect that even the elected officials would like it to be, if they are the ones that end up footing the bill, then they probably wouldn't mind the recognition going forward also. Yeah, so,
It's a pretty
great idea.
historic remodel here too, and
Right.
a year, so.
So do I have a motion to approve the tree server proposal?
Yeah.
Just the dollar amount for ordering trees.
I move to approve.
Second. Any other further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Okay, Paul. Thank you for
Thank you,
coming in.
guys.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Board and committee updates?
I have Board of Health. Lindley is moving forward with a rather ambitious plan to begin a 90-minute to 120-minute presentation on Ready at Home, which is including not certification training, but knowledge-based training on CPR, Stop the Bleed, and a couple of other. The Board of Health is supportive of that, obviously concerned about whether or not, if the thing would go crazy, if they would have enough time with just being 2 full-time people to do that, but the need is there, especially based on the fact that, you know, EMS services are struggling, and they have known that they can't always get there as quick as they once did. So the more people that can get basic training makes sense. So Board of Health supported it. This board really doesn't need to support it, but I certainly would encourage us to be behind it also. It makes good sense. So.
She shared about that at the last opioid meeting, and looks like a good project. I had an informal meeting with a couple neighboring counties 2 Saturdays ago. We sat down and had coffee, talked about EMS was one of our big discussions, and I shared the direction she was going with that and the reason behind that, and that it really brought some interest in some other counties.
Fayette County did it already, and they had outstanding reaction.
Good.
People were happy and filled the room. So.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. I met with Farm Bureau last Thursday night at their regular meeting. Had a really good discussion around. I put together a overlay talked about courthouse remodel project, where that stands, property taxes this year, road projects in the next 5 years, our engineer's current plan. Probably the best discussion I've had with Farm Bureau. We talked about 50 minutes about county business, and talked about the wage study that we went through, and really engaged with everybody there. So I felt good about the conversation we had, and people understanding where we're coming from and the current budget, and projects that we're trying to get brought to fruition in the next coming years. So.
It's always a good group to talk to.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take a couple minutes. We got handbook policy at 9:45.
Did you get proper notification on NERD meetings when you were the representative?
I think because I was vice chair, I probably did most times. I gave Kayla your contact email, both your personal and your.
And
I can send it
I'm only
over.
getting it here.
Okay.
And this one, I got it last Thursday.
Because
For a Thursday.
For a Thursday meeting.
I can't.
No.
the court.
I'll shoot another. Let me find out
I'll-
what I
I'll
sent.
respond.
Guidance on
Okay.
their areas. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I told her
So,
like
you
beginning
probably
of
weren't here
December
last
when we
week.
had made that decision that
Um,
she'd be moving
but
over there, that I would no longer be on it, just to give her enough notice for the budget
Narrowed
hearings and
their
stuff.
scope.
I'm just gonna look down and make sure I didn't miss one earlier, and
And so,
I
we're
don't see
like,
that I
well,
did.
It was probably just
always
sent to
try
the
be
county, and she
respectful
probably missed her
because it's
personal.
The dual use.
But less restricted.
But look, we're going
But
to
even
less
that,
restrictive, so
you can't
this
put it,
allows
you
us
know, in the
to
morning.
throw our hands up and get
Well,
out.
and I usually got them like 3 weeks in advance. That's why.
And so-
I mean, it was she was usually pretty good 2 to 3 weeks out.
You know, originally tried to.
But it might have been because she was
mindful
still
of that.
assembling
They're
agenda
sort
and
of
circling me and just being.
Co-equal branch of government.
I think
But
only once I
they've
ever had a
narrowed
chair
theirs
meeting
down,
backwards
so why
available.
we should just,
Go with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that they changed their,
we're actually expanding, or just getting out of it, I'd like to say. Yeah.
Okay, we got 9:45. I don't know, Darius or Barb or both of you, if want to talk about policy, handbook policy. Were there changes this week?
No,
Okay.
no. Perhaps I didn't know who needed one, and I did forward on the electronic copy this morning to Cassandra.
Was there any discussion this week, anything that even brought up about possibly changing? I mean, it's pretty cut and dried
It is pretty cut and
policy.
dried.
You know,
Sheriff was fine with it.
like I said last week, I think the clarification of, I mean, there's lobby space that was prohibited before with the intent of how we'd done it before, like in third floor, where it kind of opens up some of those areas where you know, could be potential issues. So I think it's a good move. Do you have any thoughts or concerns, Dewey?
What is this what's actually gonna go into the handbook then?
It will replace 2.16 that's already in there.
Move to approve.
Second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of acting on amendment to amend Bremer County Handbook Policy on weapons on Bremer County property? Anybody approval, say aye, please.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. That is approved. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Take a recess till 10 a.m. for county engineer.
Yeah, she sent it at 9:03 a.m. for a 1 o'clock meeting.
That's not typical. I never had an issue there, so. They do have Zoom, so you can, it's terrible echo on their owl, but I've had, like I was in West Union on a project last summer and there was no way I was coming back for a 15-minute meeting, so I just went to my truck and zoomed in. Morning.
Morning.
Lynn. Attempting to make a mess of roads, or
Trying.
there's some that are pretty rough.
Yeah.
Kind of sound like you're stuffed up, like you have a spring cold.
Yeah, I've had one for 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, I just can't kick it.
Usually they don't last that long.
Yeah.
Mine was 6.
Really?
They got old.
Yeah, I bet.
It's going around,
Mm-hmm.
even in courthouse.
Yeah.
there any kids in winter sports, Linda?
Not yet.
You get spring sports though, don't you?
Yeah.
You have one on track.
Yep. We, they don't do basketball yet for my kids' age in Hampton, and
Okay.
Henry did wrestling. I guess Hattie will probably do wrestling going forward, but Henry didn't want to do it this year, and Miles is too young yet, so.
I'm still, my son's excited about track. I'm not ready to sit out in the cold and the rain.
Yeah, right.
It's 10 o'clock. We can get started. Your update?
Okay, a few things to run through. Number one, we got the plans, or the general plans put together for C-38, T-77, that added project. We are working through a couple final things in terms of the railroad crossing on that one. I did get a hold of the railroad, so we're at least moving forward. We've got a general idea of what their requirements are. So we'll probably get that finalized, I would guess, next week and put it out to bid. I assumed we want to open those bids here. We wouldn't have to because it's a maintenance project, but we sure could if you wanted to.
I think just in transparency, we probably should.
Yeah. Okay. I will schedule that with Cassandra, depending on when we get those out. Okay. Midway Seal Coat, we sent those plans out for bid. We did get concurrence from Denver with our proposed plan, so those have gone out for bid. And then the only other update I have this morning is our, excuse me, CFYP was sent to the DOT for review based on the changes with the C-33 projects. Got those added in and sent it off, so they get a whole bunch of those right about this time of year. Nikki's got a review, 99 of them or whatever, so whenever she gets a chance and gets it back to us, I'll bring that here for approval.
On Midway, is that just going to be like a fog seal, or are we going to do a chip coat too?
I estimated it and planned for two coats of a full chip seal.
Chip seal.
Yep.
Okay, to give a little more wear surface.
Yeah, yep.
Do we have chips somewhere around, or do we?
Typically,
Denver had some, but
yeah, typically, I don't remember which quarry those have come out of on our last couple, I'd have to ask. But
Platy's has like a 3/8 clean chip.
just Platy's where it's, yeah, that could be. We had at one point, Farner Asphalt out of, where are they, out of Dubuque maybe? They were actually hauling in more of a granite, and that was coming from quite a ways away, but the 3/8 clean from, must be Platy, has worked pretty well in the last couple of years, the times we've done them.
doesn't break down quickly.
It's
Not
a
too
hard
bad.
rock. It's a
Yeah.
pretty good rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is all I have this morning.
I don't have anything for you this morning.
Okay. We're in the middle of our safety training out there, so I'm sure they're anxious for me to get back and keep driving anyway.
We better get back.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't want them calling you a sniper.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Landon.
Thank you.
I'll recess till 10:15 for public hearing, or second reading of ordinance.
That Pima County Sheriff could not have handled things any worse, in my opinion. On the Guthrie thing.
Oh, I have kind of lost touch on that.
Oh, my
What's
goodness.
happened now?
Somebody filed $1 million lawsuit against him, I don't know who it was. I think he's got little Bell's disease for one thing.
Enjoying the attention too much?
Yeah.
That's
You
too
know, little
bad.
people, he is a real short little guy. And, you know, he won his election by less than a percentage point.
Ooh.
So it's, yeah.
It's just
It
so
will be
strange.
his last term.
Right, yeah. Being having to go through controversy like that. Cindy go in about that, see what she comes back with. Just asked her for some context on where it's coming from and what consent is.
On what's that?
On that 2442.
Oh.
She's been really active with like our pipeline discussions and legislation, so I've built a pretty good relationship with her. Hopefully I'll get some honest context. Would definitely reshape how we do things.
You know anybody around here that sells little, I say little, like 5x8s, 4x6 aluminum dump trailers? I bought that dump trailer Lamar a year ago, and I love it, but it's so damn heavy. Big. It's not big. It's so heavy.
What is it, like a 6x10 or something?
Yes. Yes.
Check with
Son.
Cedar Valley Trailer Sales in Nashville. Larry, gosh, what's Larry's last name?
Yeah, I've seen it up there.
That's where Tim and I got our quotes for the shed for the swap building out there for
Okay.
that grant. But he has an extensive line of trailers, and he can probably find you what you want. Good guy, very good guy to deal with.
My son could better use the one that I have instead of me, because
Well, they hold their value. I mean,
he's
even if
got-
we were gonna sell it, if he didn't want it, you'd get your money out of it.
Yeah. I'm sure he would love to have it, because it would fit the size truck he has for hauling rock
Yeah,
and
good.
mulch and.
Pretty bulky to move around for yard work.
Yeah, I found that out. You gotta,
Somebody does make a
sometimes you
little-
gotta spend money to realize you wasted money.
Somebody makes one though that's like the size of a pickup box, like a 5x7. You know, I know there is one out there that's a small,
Yeah.
light duty, like for a little river rock or something
Lindsay,
like that.
Senate File 2442.
Yeah,
Okay, you're aware of it.
that you can put a house anywhere.
Right.
How does that work
You-
with industrial
You
uses?
can put like 6 houses on my lot, the way it looks to me. I'm all for it, man. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah, I'll let you deal with all the nuisance calls then. You'll be gone by then.
I'm thinking I could use it for a filtering system, because then the people behind me would be closer to that compost pile.
There you
City put out
go.
there, and they could take care of the skunks that are coming.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't define anything.
What's it, the legislator, Corey looked up from Davenport area.
Scott Webster from Davenport.
Oh,
was the
okay.
Senator that
Is there
originally
a
submitted
problem
it.
down there? or-
I wonder if they're trying to just not be so restrictive with ag ground, but they should have clarified other uses like industrial
Yeah, 'cause
uses.
it's clearly, it's just the unincorporated spots that they're talking about.
Yeah, yep.
you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is about, but I read that in pretty loosely
I'm not
worded.
totally opposed, I mean, you
No,
know my
the-
feelings.
The
We've been-
intent, I
but-
see what they're trying to do, housing shortage, housing
Right,
prices.
right.
The intent is there, the execution isn't quite there yet.
Taking it totally out of our hands doesn't make much sense.
That's the other thing, taking away local control.
Right.
Jen, I'll call Daniel, get that claim figured out, and then have him get back with Steven so that we can get that on for next week, and, or if we need
What
a
else is new?
discussion.
Any big additions? Housing going up this summer, or you're aware
Not
of?
that I've seen come through. Nothing new. Now we're filling in, Arrowhead's finally filling in a little bit.
Those realtors that do their job, you know, they think they
Yeah.
get filled in a lot
Right?
faster. Oh, Wes, I didn't know you were back there.
They get sticker shock when they see what it costs to build.
Gonna get worse, isn't it, with the
Yeah.
economy right now?
What is a rural lot, like a? in
2
Bremer?
acres, 150,000.
For how big a?
2 acres.
2 acres,
Yep,
so 75,000 an acre.
yep.
Now, is that Arrowhead, do they have wells, shared wells?
Shared, rural water on Arrowhead. The original Arrowhead had shared wells, and then there was complaints, and you share a well and cost, maintenance,
So Arrowhead 3 does have rural water in it?
rural
too?
water, yep. Someone said they're short of funds, they're not going out as far anymore.
I haven't had any interaction with them for almost 2 years. I couldn't tell you. There was some discussion on that rezone last fall about coming west
Mm-hmm.
to connect there, but I don't think there was any, I think it was, like, it wasn't feasible.
Yep.
Can you imagine the disaster it would be if rural water would fail? All those people that are connected.
Yeah.
Oh my.
The whole town of Frederica.
You guys have it?
The whole Frederica does. I have it out to my house. too.
There's a handful that have wells, but yeah, most of the town.
State legislature probably passed a bill, the county government had to fund it.
Yeah.
Wait till video kicks in and say that, please. We can't control it.
Yeah.
we got 10:15, here for the second reading of ordinance 2508. Lindsay, has there been any updates this week?
No
Any
updates,
input?
we haven't heard anything new from surrounding
Move to
property
approve
owners.
2508.
Second your motion. Any discussion?
You have any concerns that come up in your mind?
No,
Anything changed from the owner's perspective,
Nope.
Wes? All in favor of approving second reading of 2508, say aye, please.
I think that under the circumstances, we won't waive the third reading, and we'll have the third reading next week, just in case. So I would like to do my motion amend to include the third reading for next Tuesday.
I'll second the amended motion. All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. That is approved. We'll have third reading next week. All right, ordinance 2603. This is regarding the repealing of the zoning section regarding carbon pipelines.
Move to approve 2603
Second.
and waive the third reading for 2603.
I'm in agreement with that. Any further discussion on this? Has there been anything brought forward this week for conversation?
nope.
I haven't received anything. Have you, doing?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. That is approved. And we'll waive the third reading. Anything else for us today?
That's all I got.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you. Any other business?
Move to adjourn.
Second your motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.